I go in and I like to meet the patient I like to be involved in everything that I do. I feel like it's important. And I like to go in the house, see the home setting. I have them do a home assessment that first time, but that when the patient comes out of the OR, I like to be there. And so you do a safety assessment. I go in there and I have a list. Before the nurse goes in there, I need to know that they're ready for this patient. What is the surgery, to make sure that we're going through this list of protocols, make sure that they're going to have medication management. Are we going to monitor their bowel sounds? Are they having bowel movements, urinary output, drainage, bleeding, wounds, things like that, vital signs. So there's a big checklist and there's charts, and I look through it and I check, and I'm constantly texting them. I'm just very invested in the patient. So I like to be there, but not be there.
Yeah.
I'm not overshadowing them, but I do like to check on the patient.
Welcome to the In the Arena podcast. My name is Jared Miguez, a co-host on this podcast that brings you the inspiring stories of our clients who are leaders and innovators across different industries in Southeast Louisiana. They are visionary entrepreneurs, savvy real estate professionals, media creators, military business owners, and community champions. And we are going to showcase the remarkable achievements and share their personal stories. Tune in for insightful conversations, valuable lessons, and motivational stories that are going to reveal their secrets to success and offer you insights to help you on your own path. Welcome to In the Arena Podcast. Welcome back to In the Arena Podcast. We have Lizette here for a second time.
Round two.
Today, we're going to talk about Venus Concierge Luxury Home Care, which is really cool because we talked generally about what you have going on in your life and the business that you have and the entrepreneur that you are and the value you add to St. Tammany Parish. Today, we're going to talk more about that. And if you want to hear the full detail, you can watch that last episode. But today, we're going to talk specifically about the new business that you have, which is a home care concierge service, which is really cool. I found out today that if my parents are old and they need somebody to watch them, you will watch them for the weekend so I can take my kids to Disney World.
Yes, exactly.
Full disclosure, his parents are alive and well and doing great.
And they're 60s.
We love them.
If they heard that I said
They're
that,
currently wiping their own behinds.
Yes,
Everything is fine.
Yep. So let's talk about this new venture you have going on. Obviously, you have your business that you operate. You've been operating for a while, but what is this new entity that you've created? What are you doing with it?
So this one is luxury home care services. So it's cash pay. So there are some patients who don't have insurance, so they don't have aftercare, whether it be plastic surgery or it's a regular hip replacement or knee replacement. If you're uninsured and you go home, who's going to help you? Go to the bathroom, take a bath, dressings, drains. So that's what we've implemented here. Yeah. And we have varied our services to specific patient populations such as mother-baby. After you have your baby, if you have a C-section, it's very difficult to recover.
For sure.
Also, breastfeeding can be difficult as well. If women have vaginal deliveries, they go home the next day. They get 24 hours of this is how the baby latches, this is how you breastfeed. We have those nurses from labor and delivery that go in and do the breastfeeding training for the babies, watch the baby, watch the mom, and help with wound care and things like that.
I can tell you when Stephanie had her C-section, she had three of them. I did not have any of them, thank God. She had three of them. And it was the first one that, it's hard because you're in the hospital, so it's coming out of the door and having the peace of mind to be able to go home. We went home as soon as we can. Luckily, Stephanie's dad's an OB, so he was able to be there to help a little bit, even though he says, I'm here to get the baby out. After that, it's all But it was great to be at home and have somebody there that could help us as we were recovering because she couldn't get out of bed, right? And so it's awesome that that's even an option nowadays.
Correct, right.
The nurses that come and help too, are they staying there 24/7 or are they just coming for time period?
It depends. If the patient would like just a few hours a la carte, so we've broken down our services into a la carte services per hours. We also offer transportation. But if you'd like 12 hours or 24 hours, they're there. And we have multiple nurses that rotate day and night shift. And if it's mother-baby, they're going to get a labor and delivery postpartum NICU nurse that specializes in that to come in their home and help them with that. And they cook for the patients.
Oh, nice.
They play with the kids. They're there. It's a professional encounter, but with little additives.
Yeah.
So you mentioned professionalism, and I have to touch on the fact that I think there's something about your businesses that there's just a standard of excellence, right?
Thank you so much,
it's beyond professionalism. It's an excellence standard. So talk a little bit about that, how it flows into these type of services, the people that you partner with, the other businesses that you partner with, and the discretion that comes along with that. Because we're talking about some pretty intimate things, right? Like having a baby that's something that you do all the time, right? Yeah. But sometimes we have to have those procedures that we may not want to, share with the community. So talk to us a little bit about those partners, what all it entails, and walk us through what this service looks like, because there's so many different options.
I know. So having Sin Skin Aesthetics has built that foundation of patient population for us and our reputation in the community, which means a lot to me. Professionalism, expertise, like I've talked about before, the training, the education, and having people on board that understand that as well. So that for me, you have to have that excellent standard when it comes to finding someone that's going to be in my company. You better have the most, background of experience, the education, the training, like we talked about before. You're going in a home with a patient by yourself. No one else is there. You better have everything. Like we make sure that they're educated. They have the carts. We're different in the fact and aspect in that we look at it in a medical way, that you have me as the nurse practitioner overseeing it as the owner, my father, who's a physician on staff, and then our pharmacist, which is my dad's wife. So it's a family business.
I love it.
Awesome.
But yeah, so when we get these patients in, we've worked with the plastic surgeon. So I've referred my patients from Sin Skin to plastic surgeons. And so all of that relationship has been built with them. Several plastic surgeons in the area, specifically some of the facial plastics, Dr. Villargo, Dr. Malasan, we have Dr. Whitaker. We've met with them and showed us our standards of excellence because when you go in someone's home, another thing that we identified, you have to have compliance with medications, especially controlled medicines with these patients. You go in there, they're given narcotics, Xanax, oxycodone. So my nurses that go in there, you better sign off and do a count in front of the patient. And then when you leave, same thing, just to avoid, because family members can take it or stuff. So I'm very, very conscious on making sure that we're safe. So patient safety, quality care, exactly. And that everybody's trained on emergency situations, when to contact us, when to contact the physician, nurse to nurse reports, how to transition care, and then families too. You have to communicate with the families. Yeah. I think for me, working in the hospitals for so many years and being in administration and running Mid-America with HCA, I learned how important it is to communicate and have those quality metrics. I would meet Joint Commission at the door. Yeah. So I would know and understand what you have to do to make things right. So I have implemented that, which has helped with all the businesses and making sure that we have that standard of excellence. And so meeting with them, partnering with them, sending those patients back and forth, the referrals, that was the huge thing, building those referrals.
For sure, relationships are huge.
Building those referrals, following up. So we have a marketer that goes out and does that. She's a nurse. So she can communicate. I wanted to make sure the medical background, the marketing aspect. Her video was amazing. I love her. She's great. So to me, they have to have a kind heart. They have to have that experience. She's an ER nurse because she's done post-op care as well. But I wanted to know that she could be in a home and take care of a patient in that emergency kind of situation. So a good bit of the nurses that we have on staff have that emergency background, which is important. And being with Key Home Health for so many years and knowing the at-home needs and the supplies, we have huge carts at the office filled with everything you could ever need, like condom catheters for men, bedpans, Foley catheters for women, because sometimes complications can arise with these plastic surgeries. And you don't want to have to go to the hospital. That means a huge bill. Yeah. You've already paid for plastic surgery, right? Plus risk for infection when you go in a hospital with all these beautiful plastic surgery incisions. We have all of that. We can insert a Foley catheter in the home safely, drain the bladder, and then we can DC that when we need to and things like that. So we have all that we need. We have all the preparation and then all the medical staff.
So how do you ensure that your nurses are actually following protocol? Like, do they have checklists? Do they and are you monitoring and auditing them? Like, how does that process work?
Yes. So I go in and I like to meet the patient. I like to be involved in everything that I do. I feel like it's important. And I like to go in the house, see the home setting. I have them do a home assessment that first time, but that when the patient comes out of the OR, I like to be there. And so you do a safety assessment. I go in there and I have a list. Before the nurse goes in there, I need to know that they're ready for this patient. Like we get the patient's records. I sit with the nurse. We look through their medications, their recent labs. What is the surgery to make sure that we're going through this list of protocols, make sure that they're going to have medication management. Are we going to monitor their bowel sounds? Are they having bowel movements, urinary output, drainage, bleeding, wounds, things like that, vital signs. So there's a big checklist and there's charts and I look through it and I check and I'm constantly texting them. I'm just very invested in the patients. So I like to be there, but not be there. Yeah. I'm not overshadowing them, but I do like to check on the patient. Sure. And they like that. They like that communication. I imagine
that first 24 hours is critical too.
It is.
It kind of sets the tone for the rest of the care and the recovery period.
Indeed.
So that's important. Right. And then I know you're referencing a home assessment and the ability to go home, but there's options beyond that as well, right?
Correct. Hotels.
Right. Tell us about that.
Yeah. So we go in the homes, but we also have hotel contracts, which Arena Collective, thanks to them, who've done a beautiful job with our contracts. We have Windsor Court in New Orleans, which is beautiful.
Yeah.
They have a back entrance.
That's where me and Stephanie had our rehearsal dinner and where we slept the night of our wedding. We don't
need to know about that, Jared.
I needed an IV, but for different reasons than a procedure. I had a couple of cocktails before. But anyway.
It's It's my favorite
amazing.
hotel. It was my mom's favorite
hotels
hotel. So the 22nd floor is an exclusive VIP celebrity hotel area. Has its own restaurant, bar, so the patients recovering from facelifts or whatever surgery can go in their little wheelchair or with their walker and wander around and not have to be in the full hotel area.
Oh, cool.
They have their own floor. You have to have a special pass to get on there. So that's where our patients will be staying there. That's where they stay.
So you have Windsor Court.
Yes.
Do you have anything local to the North Shore?
We do. Our favorite hotel in Northshore, which is Southern Hotel, which is beautiful. It's classic. It's Southern. And they do have rooms that are ADA. So we have to make sure that we have that Disability Act. And they have the bars in the rooms. We can put our shower chairs in the shower. They have all the amenities in the hotel, room service, restaurants. It's right there in the middle of downtown Covington.
So how does it work? Does the nurse is not staying in the room with the patient, are they? They have a double room?
They usually stay by the patient if they would like them, but we will get the nurse another room. But some of the patients request that the nurse is there because they don't sleep. The nurses stay awake. They don't sleep, so they just sit up and they're charting or doing education. I have tasks for them while they're with the patient, so that way they're not just scrolling or distracted.
Yeah.
But they stay with the patient 24 hours if they're assigned for 24 or 12 because we do 12s each.
Gotcha.
So for 12 hours, that nurse is there day and night in the room with the patient, tending to every need.
Wow.
I think that's what I love about this company and the services it offer is it's all customizable.
Correct.
Right? So you're asking, do they stay with them all the time? Do you want them with you all the time?
Yeah.
Do they require them to be there for their own well-being and their treatment? Every procedure is different. Every situation is different.
Right.
And what they require based on the severity of any of the services that they've gotten. So I just love the idea that it provides comfort and trust. And it's just a whole nother elevated level of service. When Lizette came to describe this, it's like, that sounds fabulous. Is it a brand new idea? No, right? You could go to California, you could go to New York. There's other areas in the country that have been doing this. But to bring this to the North Shore is what I was excited about because in that way, she is the first to really offer something like this here for us. And you don't have to travel for it. And that's, to me, what feeds into that ecosystem, truly makes you a resource to the community, bringing something that we otherwise would not have available here.
Exactly.
So I'm excited about it.
So I'm licensed in California. We have patients out there. And so I go out there at least once a month. Yeah. And my friend with Calicia Care, who shared the documents, you might want to put this in here, but Calicia Care is a plastic surgery aftercare business in Beverly Hills.
Yep.
So in order to prepare for this, I started going out there to see exactly how they did it, exactly what they had in the hotels, how they took care of the patients, everything that I needed to prepare to bring it back to Louisiana.
So that's our tagline. You're bringing Beverly Hills to the North Shore.
Beverly Hills is here to the North Shore. That's exactly right.
That's right.
Because I wanted to know exactly how we do this the right way because they didn't have that. The idea was there, but I wanted to see that hotel part, which we had not encountered yet. So I had all of that to be able to be prepared. Because you need a wheelchair, a walker at the hotel. You need all the carts there's a lot of things that come into play.
So and just to be clear, the purpose of the hotel is that if somebody's got to travel to the city from the North Shore, from anywhere else, and have their procedure there, they can stay there local to in the hotel. Now, once they're done with their stay at the hotel, assuming they got to go maybe on a 24-hour checkup back in the hospital, and they can go home, y'all will all actually drive them home as well.
Yes, correct. We offer the hotel as an option, but we also have moms who don't want to be bothered by their kids, and that's why they stay in the hotels.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Which is interesting. But yes, we provide different transportation services, different levels. We have the very elite, and then we have just a regular transportation service. It's just customizable. But they're there to wait for you while you're getting your surgery done to bring you there. The nurse rides with transportation service from the patient, wherever they're staying, house or hotel. The nurse parks there that morning with them, gets in the vehicle with transportation service, and the patient rides to the surgery center, waits for the patient to be done, however long it may take, right? We check in with the physician, get the post-op orders, get everything, make sure they have their prescriptions beforehand. We go to the hotel or the home with that transportation service, with the nurse in the car with the patient, monitor them at all times.
Wow.
And then back home. Then the next day is follow-up for facial plastics usually. The next day, that transportation service has to go to whatever hotel or home, bring them to the doctor's office. And then we have a relationship with hyperbarics now, Harsh Hyperbarics across the lake. And that's important and imperative for healing. So we have that, which is like once weekly or so. So that transportation continues on for a couple weeks. If you don't feel like driving or can't, or you're busy, depends on the type of procedure you have.
Yeah, don't want to inconvenience anybody. I love it. I think it's such a huge resource. I think when you look at your ideal client, you know they want convenience, and that's what you're giving them.
Yes, exactly.
Solving that problem for them.
Like we talked about last time as moms, it's hard. So you can bring in the people who wash the clothes to the service. Yeah. Of hair. Like Abby's going to come in and wash their hair and stuff. Because if you have brachioplasty and breast down, you can't use your arms. You can't blow dry or do any of that. Someone's got to wash your hair.
I just love this because, thinking about it practically. So my mom has owned a salon my whole life. And so I've watched her do all of these things. People have had procedures and she would go to the hospital for her clients and dry shampoo them, or she, if they could move them, she'd have nurses moving them around, taking care of them, even down to like some of her clients that she had for years that passed away and like preparing them for services. So it's really cool because you don't think about these things. You think, oh my gosh, I'm going to have a surgery. I'm going to be fine. You think about all your general health needs, but you don't think about how you feel when you're just clean and your hair's done and you're being taken care of. So I love that you thought of every aspect of care.
Yes, thank you. So that's important.
So I want to talk about the business side of this too, because I mean, you there's a lot of business owners who are entrepreneurs who get ideas and they like to they chase the squirrel or the shiny object, right? I from what I've seen in the way that you've operated Sin Skin and now operating the Venus, you're giving yourself the ability to take advantage of a different market and you're pivoting a little bit, but the standard at which Sin Skin is going to operate is not going to go down.
It's not. No.
And you're going to now operate Venus at the same standard that you did. How are you managing both of those entities at the same time?
I think just being that multitasker person, that's just the way that I am. And that's how I manage in life. The more stress that I have, the better I operate sometimes.
Amen.
And
I'm one of those weirdos. I love it.
Yes. And it's just very fulfilling and fun for me. I love what I do. It's my passion. God has given me this grace and this ability and the intellect to handle this. I love it. I thrive on it. So I think that's what it is. But I have a lot of other people involved. Delegation, like we've talked about. Finding people that you trust, that have the knowledge and the skills to delegate out tasks to help you with little things, because I want to be involved as much as I can. Yeah. Especially in a startup, you want to be right there involved in everything. Eventually can back off. But yes, managing both businesses, it is cumbersome, but I have my ways in my brain to organize it.
Yeah, do you have them separated pretty clearly? Where you have managers over here and managers over here?
Yep.
Okay.
I have a director of nursing for Venus. Her name is Amanda Buddy.
Cool.
And so she helps me with that and training and to make sure and go with the nurses. And so this one doctor wants them to go in the OR and see them because when they come out, they look like, burned. So they do the CO2 laser, they do a facelift, brow lift, they call it a smash, they cut through here. And so they're very swollen and it can be scary. So we train that person will go with them, Amanda will go with them instead of me having to go there, because that would be really hard for me to do all these things, right? So finding those people to delegate those tasks, it's important. You got to have two separate. It has to be.
I would imagine.
It's hard to converge them. I was trying to at first, and then I was like, there's no way. I was using one manager. I'm like, nope, lesson learned. We got to have two different mindsets for two different type of businesses, and someone that's done home health, and she's the director of a hospice and a home health. So I was looking for people who knew how to do that, you know?
Well, I think what it comes down to be honest, because like you, we have multiple businesses. So it's easy to look at the model and be like, oh my gosh, that's so complex. It's going to be hard. Right. I think there's two things that really matter, and that's the consistency of purpose and the consistency of standard.
Yes.
And so you do need to delegate the tasks separately. It is separate entities from a legal standpoint, even from an operation standpoint. But how does it still make sense? Because it still feeds that one unified goal and purpose of impact at that same standard of consistency.
Right.
And if you can do those two things, you can possibly operate a complex system when everybody on your team understands what they need to be doing and they're being intentional about their priorities.
Right. No, that's exactly what we're doing. It was difficult to come up with how we're going to, because I'm so busy at the office all the time. I'm like, what am I doing? But it was, sometimes God gives me ideas and I run with them. Right. And this one was really near and dear to my heart because I've been in this medical system for home health and I saw the need, especially with the changes in healthcare that we have right now. Yeah. People are not able to afford that, healthcare, and their parents are older. They need help, that vulnerable aspect like we talked about. Yeah. You have to be humble. You have to be kind. You have to be open. It's a different persona that you have to present when it comes to patients so that they feel like they can have bowel movements and urinate, and we do enemas, and people get constipated, and there's a lot of things we have to take care of, and you have to make patients feel comfortable, not judgmental.
Well, I think
You know?
in your brochure too. I mean, your purpose is to summarize, deliver peace of mind for the patients and their loved ones.
Yeah.
I mean, I can tell you that my dad's a physician, and my mom's a nurse, but by no means do I want anything to do with any of that. Right. So I can imagine at some point, whenever I'm in that position where I've got to take care of a family member, I'm going to need somebody to help because it's just not my gift. Like I pass out when I get a TB test.
Yeah.
And so this is not a good idea for me to be involved too much. So I think that the peace of mind that I would have in that situation is that I'm not the one who has to make the medical decisions. Like it just drives me nuts when somebody asks you like, this is my symptoms. What do you think? I'm like, I did not go to medical school. I have no idea. Right. You might as well go to WebMD because I'm not the right answer. So that peace of mind for the loved ones is important. Is that kind of y'all's perspective on that?
Very important.
Taking care of the things so the loved ones can operate their normal day and live their normal life, and then y'all will do the heavy lifting, right?
It's huge. We had a patient and she had every surgery you could imagine from her neck to her knees, lipo, tummy tuck, breast lift augmentation, nipple reduction, a lot of things done. And the husband immediately was like, oh, we'll do 24 hours. And we're like, that's a lot. You're going to need more than, nope, we'll start with 24. Very business, very wealthy family. And it turned into a whole week's worth of care. But the first thing he said when I walked in there after the surgery was done was, you're not leaving. Your team isn't leaving. I need you here. I work every day. There's no way that I can do this. Yeah. And the sister was there. We can't handle this. We need you here. And so that is huge for us, is to make sure that the family feels like they don't have to worry. We'll be there. We'll take care of all those things. And that's exactly what we did. And give them, and that communication is huge to tell them, this is what's going on with them. This is what you need to do. This is what we did. And this is what's going on for follow-ups and things like that. I've seen it lapse in there's other companies that I've seen now that have tried to come out after us. And the doctor said that's one of the big complaints with these other companies. They don't have any form of communication with anyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know that I can
personable.
imagine. I've talked with some people who deal in hospice care before, and they talk about how sometimes whenever somebody's at that stage of their life and you're caring for them, there can be some resentment from the kids to the parents because they have things that they're trying to deal with, their family, their kids, their business, and now they got to shift their perspective, taking care of somebody that old, even if they are a loved one, it still can get tiring and you get worn out, right? And so in the same sense, if you have things that are going on in your life and you can have somebody you can rely on, I'm sure that it helps ease, again, the loved one's ability to live their life and not feel as stressed, knowing that somebody's there that actually knows what they're doing to take care of the patient.
Right.
I think it's guilt and resentment, both that people feel, but I always look at it as the airplane oxygen mask scenario, right? You want to show up and support, but you can only do that if you're truly living who you are, right? And if your priorities are going to the wayside, you're stressed, you're not truly supporting them in that way. So this removes that obligation so that you can emotionally show up to support the people that you love while they take care of them for you.
That's exactly right. Because a lot of people get what they call as caregiver burden. And so it's called respite care. You let the loved ones leave so you can take care of them. I did hospice with Passages, the NP for hospice, and end-of-life care is not easy to deal with, and it's hard, and the family members are sometimes angry, sometimes sad, resentful, stressed, I can't be there all the time with my mom. What do I do? And so finding people to care. So that's a part of that geriatric check-in, and all of that is why I expanded it. At first, it was just plastic surgery aftercare, but then my medical background, and people are asking me, and now even more requests are coming, and so it's interesting to add those different aspects because I've been through that personally with my mom, losing my mom, but then also being in hospice, I've seen what is needed. I've been in many things, hospice, home health, big hospitals, corporate. And so having that experience and bringing it all together here is it's important.
It makes you equipped to really understand every scenario.
Correct.
And so you have on here that you can do hourly service stuff. So you can, somebody can just pay you for a certain number of hours.
Yep.
Or they can pay you by a package and just say that I need you, you're going to be there for a certain amount of time, usually an over 24 hour type of a deal where they can stay for a certain time period.
Yep.
But then you also go and do IV therapy too?
We do.
Is that new or was that part of Sin Skin?
That's part of Venus.
Venus, okay.
Yeah, so we customize it. We're very safe because there's a lot of laws in Louisiana. You have to be careful. So we're very cautious. My dad doesn't like doing it at the clinic because he sits on the Louisiana Compensation Board Fund and LSMS, so he will not allow it at the office, but he'll allow it there as long as we order it and it's mixed and done by a pharmacy and it's ordered for that patient in a vent hood under sterilization. we have to order it within that time frame and get it to that patient.
Okay.
A nurse cannot inject and mix these bags. And that's what you're seeing in a lot of the local IV places.
Yeah.
So yes, only for that, but we can do that.
Gotcha. So if I go visit a doctor and they can prescribe me a bag,
I'll prescribe it. Yeah, I can prescribe it.
prescribe it too. Okay.
Because I'm an NP, so I prescribe it, I order it, and we get it to the patient. But yes, we do the IV. We do all of our regular vitamin shots, our NAD injections, facials in the house. We have massage therapists on staff for lymphatic massage therapy to get all the drainage and let you heal better with inflammation. So yeah, it's a lot.
Love it.
It's a lot, but it's also for patients who are coming out of a hospital with maybe your gallbladder out and you just can't, you had an open incision. Some people end up being an open ventral incision in this area. They need that care and they may not be insured and it's emergent. They need our help. We'll do some hours of helping them and doing wound care. We have wound checks, drain checks, things like that. So we break it up because sometimes it can be costly. We're trying to break it up. And then one physician asked that we have grocery and pharmacy runs. That's a new thing we've added to another brochure we had made.
Nice.
Yeah, because that's hard. It's hard to do those
Well,
things.
yeah, I mean, and I'm sure the nutrition is a big part of the person healing effectively and efficiently by making sure you're eating the right stuff. And the Graham partnership.
Yeah.
I mean, that's I'm sure that having your hair look nice and pretty helps you heal faster too, right?
Definitely.
Was it
Scientifically
feel good,
proven.
Play good, play
It
good,
is.
look good, play good.
Yes.
Feel good.
Feel good.
Right.
Yeah, that's right.
Deion Sanders quote there.
Yeah.
So, but what made you decide to partner with Graham?
I've known Abby, goodness, probably like 12, 13 years now. And I get my hair done there.
Yeah.
And so, with your personal experience, you make those relationships.
For sure.
If you enjoy the experience you have, you want them to take care of your patients because you enjoy what they do for others.
Yeah.
So that personal bonding and building of different things is
And
important.
it says that she'll come and wash their hair.
She won't, but her staff will.
Yeah, for
they'll
sure.
come and they'll go and wash, or the patient can go there with our transportation service. That's the option.
Cool.
And as for the food and the protein intake, we work with URT in Mandeville. Have you ever been?
No.
Oh my God, you have to go. He's amazing. Mike Powers.
Tell
Do you
me
know
about
him?
him.
Big businessman. He talks business all day. You need to partner with him. You're going to love him.
Cool. So they provide meals for people?
He does. So it's not like loaded teas.
Yeah,
It is
for sure.
teas from like all over the world. White, purple, red. People are lined up out of his door. It's like a little garage like yours.
Yeah.
His entrance is like a garage in the front. And he makes different soups every day. So sweet potato, red lentil with coconut milk. And then he's got lupini beans with kale. He does a coconut curry. He does a turkey chili. Like very healthy. He makes salads, wraps, his hummus, sweet potato muffins that are gluten-free. He did a matcha white chocolate this weekend. I eat there often because it's healthy.
Yeah, it sounds
and
great.
it's good.
She's like,
So-
I have the menu memorized.
Yes. yeah. They have like a creme brulee tea, and none of them are with sweeteners or artificial sweeteners. It's just natural through the tea leaves that they steep, and they add natural extracts like vanilla
Very
and
cool.
things like that. So go by there. But we have partnered with them for our patients locally and if they want it on the South Shore. But obviously, we'll get the patients what they want.
For sure, yeah.
Whatever their craving is, however, we want them to have high protein. In order to heal your incisions and heal your body, you need a lot of protein.
For sure.
So all of his stuff is protein centered.
Very cool.
Love it.
Yeah, so local partnerships.
So what's the goal for next year? I mean, what is Venus's goal for next year? Are y'all going to expand outside of this area, or are y'all really just trying to dig deep here?
The people are reaching out to us. We'll see. I think I want to stay right here. It's a lot, but I think we'll stay right here.
Yeah.
We may be expanding out towards Baton Rouge. We had a doctor send us one from Baton Rouge. We took care of her out here. So that's a possibility. Mississippi has reached out to me and asked me if we can come to Mississippi. We'd have to get licensed and contracts for Mississippi.
Yeah.
So yes, but building, growing in the community, helping the community, especially the moms. That's a big deal for me.
Yeah.
We've seen a big need there. So helping the moms, educating the community on the services that we have and how they can utilize us best.
So before we
That's
get
the
off,
alignment of purpose.
for sure.
Correct.
And before we get off, tell me about how you marketing this. And I know you're a great marketer, but what's the plan?
marketing.
I want the audience to understand what it
Yeah.
actually takes to get something like this off the ground. What's the marketing plan?
Meeting with the doctors, having meetings with them, me physically being there for those first meetings. That's important for me because I have the education, the experience, and I want to tell them exactly what we're going to do and what they can expect from me. So I've made it to where I block off my schedule and I will go and we serve them whatever lunch or food they want. We bring them whatever that is and treats for them with all of our marketing stuff. So like this is a lanyard. However, it is for our patients when they recover, they have drains, several drains. So in order to go to the bathroom, they're all hanging. You hook them on the hooks.
Oh, very cool.
So we have all kind of marketing material we give them for the patients. And I go in there and I explain exactly what our process is and I've had brochures, we've had videos, we have Ka, who's our videographer. We have the social media. It's a totally different person for Venus than Sin Skin, which is Jen Meadows. So
Okay, for marketing.
yeah, so
Gotcha.
different people, different aspect. It's a different brain and thought process than Sin Skin. So I have a whole other social team for that. Ka does the videography stuff, doing podcasts with you guys, which is huge. Doing educational posts, right, about what to expect, the services we offer, what hotels, going to the hotels, doing videos at the hotels.
Yeah.
The next video we're going to do for the marketing is have the transportation guide and show the vehicles we have pulling up to the Windsor Court, the experience you'll see.
Yeah.
Like it's letting them feel and imagine what they'll have as a patient.
Yeah, they have to
as they're marketing.
understand.
Yeah.
Correct.
What they're actually getting.
And if you're going to choose between any of the hotel options, and if you're going to be on the South Shore, the Windsor Court concierge team are some of the nicest guys you've ever met. I'm serious. My dad and mom stayed there a lot during a couple of years of and so we'd go stay with my parents there. And the guys would call me by my first name, and I didn't stay there very much. So like, it's really is a nice place to stay. So the one thing I wanted to touch on from the marketing standpoint, do you piggyback on Sin Skin's social media presence with Venus? Okay.
We do.
Are you collaborating on posts?
I am collaborating on because we have such a big presence with Sin Skin, and a lot of my patients that have had weight loss, they all need plastic surgery now, right? All that skin. And so that aligns with them seeing that marketing there and seeing it on the Venus aspect coming into the office, and they're able to get the information in the office. And then, with that, but that was another aspect when going to the plastic surgeons, because I'm not really a competitor to a facial plastics, but
Sure.
you still consider we offer the same services, Botox and filler. I made sure that they know we will never try and steal your patients. I am not going to advertise the services of Sin Skin to your patients. They will always come back to you. It's a totally different entity. And I have actually another brochure when it comes to them. Like the facial plastics, there's no facials on there. There's no carboxy gel. There's no IV therapy. There's no massage. Like none of that's on there.
You're respecting your referral partners.
You have to
protecting their
respect them.
business and your relationship.
Exactly. And so that was another big marketing strategy, is to tell them they're never going to be a part of Sin Skin. They're going to stay with you.
Nice.
We won't, but getting materials, shirts, folders, things in the community, people wearing your items, hats, like your arena hat is popular in the community. Everybody sees your brand.
Yeah.
And it's, you imagine it, you see it, and you want to be a part of it. And that's what I want patients and people in the community to feel.
We have an agreement. Every time somebody references an arena hat, I get to buy a whole other round of arena
It's
hats.
not the deal. He still has a budget.
I don't even have an arena hat.
What?
I don't
got one
own
in
one.
there.
Oh,
for
we'll
you
get
when
you
you walk
one.
out.
Yeah.
I need
Our
one.
current ladies hat, I call it our gender reveal hat because it's baby blue, our one accent color, but people love it. It's a little embroidered lion on it. Yeah, we have a lot of options.
Yes,
Cool.
and that's marketing.
Yep, it is, and it works. I'm very excited to see how you grow this company in
Thank
2026.
you.
I need a shirt.
Okay, it's got to be this one.
I'm fine with that.
All right, it's gonna be
I'm
this
fine
one.
with that.
We're going to wear them together.
Okay.
Just get him a medium and it's going to be great.
It's medium
He's
for
going to
sure.
be a little crop top.
I love it.
We'll let his hair down.
Yes,
It's
this is gonna be cute.
And then next year,
cute.
when you start the next deal, we can come and talk about the next.
Let's
adventure.
do it. Let's do it
That's right.
already.
Yes. Thank you for committing to St. Tammany.
Aw, thank you for having me.